My brother in Christ, I hope that all is well. I was just calling because I wanted to share something with you, and I also wanted to find out, to check in, to see how the family is doing. I know, you know, with the loss of your loved one, so I was just checking in on that, but I wasn't getting through. So, there is something, however, that I wanted to share with you, my brother. So. I want to share this word that the Lord gave me today at 12 minutes after 1. So 1:12 p.m. And this is what the word says. There are not enough preservatives for me to spare the land of Jamaica. And I want you to take note of the word, the land. And now this came out of, oh my God, it's so many revelation and so many stuff that, you know, the Lord said during my moment with him today. So much revelation. I don't even know where to start. So the Lord was talking about, so we know the story, we know the biblical connection when you talk about salt in Matthew chapter 5, where it says that we as his people are the salts of the earth. And we know that salt can be used for one, flavor. We're talking about the natural to bring out the spiritual, and also we know that salt in its natural state, is a form of preservative. And that passage also talk about it, where we're saying if a salt loses its saltiness, then what use does it have than to be thrown out and to be trodden under the foot of men. And when the Lord gave me this, he also, led me back to Sodom and Gomorrah in the passage in Genesis, right? Where the angels of the Lord visited Abraham, and the two angels came by, and then the Lord revealed it to Abraham that he's going to destroy Sodom. And God said, you know what, I can't hide this thing from my servant Abraham. And the Lord revealed it to Abraham that he was going to destroy Sodom. And we saw where Abraham was pleading with the Lord, and he said, God, if you find 50 righteous person, will you destroy them with the wicked? And God said no. And he said, if you find 45, and then he went down to 40, and then he went down to 30, and then he went down to 20, and then he went down to 10. And we saw the outcome of that not even 10 was not able, wasn't there in Sodom for God to save it at the time. No, I am not using the same number ratio for Jamaica, because certainly there are more than 10 righteous person in Jamaica. So I'm not going to use that as, a figure. But, the understanding of what God was pointing out to me was that, there are not enough preservative, because there are a lot who are proclaiming to be preservatives or people of God who are not living up to the standards. So they're pretending to be salts, but they are really not salt, because them in themselves has lost their saltiness. They have lost their flavor, so they can no longer be considered to be salt. All right, but then as the day went on, the revelations became more and more clearer as to what it is that is happening to us as a nation, and where we are at, and what is happening. And my brother, it is so serious. I'm telling you, it is so serious as the day went on and the Lord started to reveal. Now, the Lord carried me through so many scriptures only to end up at Jeremiah chapter 2. But before all of that, there are certain things that the Lord brought me to before He carried me to Jeremiah 2, Me tell you about, Matthew 5. Then, I was reading Genesis with Abraham. But my brother, while I was there, the Lord talked about something, pointed out something in Jamaica here, that we know that a lot of crime and all the things that is happening in the land and all of that is happening, the bloodshed and the innocent blood of the children and innocent people and all of that. But the Lord actually said that it's not only like, He pointed out that, that scripture where it was saying that the blood of Abel was crying out from under the earth. But not only is the blood of the innocent crying out in the land of Jamaica, but you know what God said that shut me up, my brother? And this is serious, may I tell you. God revealed that, listen, the land of Jamaica itself, they cry out against the people and the wickedness. Look at that, And not just the blood of the innocent were dead, they cry out, but the land itself. Brother, which part the Lord lead me and take me today? I mean, but I may not even know if it start. I was there and in the midst of it, I found myself just start to sing. Jamaica, land of beauty, we promise faithfully to serve thee with our talents and bring our gifts to thee. Jamaica, we will always in honor of thy name work steadfastly and wisely and never bring thee shame. From riverside to mountains, from cane fields to the sea, our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud, and free. No, it just popped out at me and we started to sing this song. So I was like taken aback, like, what? Then the Lord started to point out some things. So you notice the words of that song, that first line, Jamaica, land of beauty. We promise faithfully. It is a solemn vow to the land. Not just the people. If you look at the words of it, Jamaica, land of beauty, we promise faithfully to serve thee. Who is thee? The land, the nation, the island, to serve thee with our talent, the country. The Lord said, you notice that is a solemn vow to the land of Jamaica. Then the Lord start having me looking back. I've always said this and always said this, but I got the true revelation and understanding today. Finally, I have always said Jamaica is such a God-fearing nation and country. Not nation, God-fearing country. And the Lord just pulling everything and tying everything together. The Lord said, look at our national anthem. It is a prayer. Not only our national anthem is a prayer, which talks about God. He said, look at it again. Jamaica also has a national prayer for the country, Jamaica has a national song, which I just sang a while ago, that one verse. it also talks about the nation, and then there's another verse in it, verse 2, that talks, it talks about God, right? And then the pledge, the national pledge before God and all mankind. I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizen. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Me not remember a word so good again. It just slipped me up a while ago. To work diligently and creatively, if I'm remembering correctly. To think, I don't remember. To work diligently and creatively. To think generously and honestly, if I'm remembering correctly. So that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. The Lord said to me again, say, you realize that I want to vow again. The Lord said, do you realize that that is also another vow? So the national song, vow. The national pledge, vow. The Lord said, listen, and there are two things that is common in them. When you look about the national prayer, the anthem, the pledge, the national song, it is both a pledge to the land of Jamaica, the land itself, and also to God himself. So hear what God said, no, my brother. Remember saying, and not just the people them and the blood of the innocent and thing, they cry out. The land itself, they cry out against the wickedness and everything that is taking place. And God said, listen to me. This is where we're at in Jeremiah chapter 2. And when you read Jeremiah chapter 2, God said the people them have committed two sins. That is why he was going to bring judgment on them. And him said them turn away from me, God. I think of verse 31 says that. Let me see if I can find it back here so you know. Let me see if it's verse 31. Sorry, bear with me a minute. I didn't want this to be so long, but I can't help it. Let me see. Verse 31. No, not 31. Oh. Where the Lord says that the people has committed two sins. All right, as soon as I find this part, I will tell you that verse where he says that, listen, the people have committed two sins. And the two sins that they have committed, they have forgotten me, God, me, their God, who is the spring of living water, and them go left and go dig different cistern that can't hold no water. So, my brother, when I find back that, I'll let you know. Didn't mark this verse, but anyway, you can read this chapter when you have some time. So based on what the Lord is saying to me, that listen, this is the problem that he has with Jamaica. So it's a couple things, the reason we have turned away from all our Christian principles and values, and not only that, the vows, because him say, listen, with national prayer, with national anthem, with national song, with pledge, everything, all of them, they are a vow to him, God, and also to the land. And he said, we have breached the contract, and you see, we're not paying with vow, we're not paying our vow. As a matter of fact, we turn away from all of that. Jamaica, as the Christian nation, him said, listen, we turn from everything. Oh my God, the very foundation. The very foundation. And as a result of that, this is why him will bring judgment. But and that word that he said, listen, there is not enough preservative in the land. And what he explained to me, he said there is not enough preservatives for me to spare the land of Jamaica. So it no mean say him now go, and when he send me back to Sodom, I am led now to believe that God is going to protect, because when he said that and he sent me back and I examined the passage with Sodom, Lot and this family was spared. You know, we know what happened with his wife and all of that. But that is an indication to me to say that, listen, God is going to spare his righteous people. Whatever is going to come, and the judgment and the destruction that is going to come, God is going to spare his people. I don't want this to be too long. So God bless you.